Hey, Kevin. What are you doing?
Well, one of the questions I get asked quite often really is, how do I get a good, straight, clean cut on a piece of thin metal? Well, three tools that I use a lot are my foot shear, and I've got a plate shear for cutting the thicker stuff that the foot shear doesn't necessarily want to do. And I also have a Beverly shear, or a throatless shear. All of these work great. The most important thing to start out with, though, is you have to have a good line. You have to have a good mark to follow. And I just throw a square up on there and grab a scribe instead of a pencil or a magic marker or soapstone or something like that, because I want that nice razor's edge line to follow. So I know exactly where I need to be, not somewhere in that magic marker line. So after you get a decent line on there, you need something to cut it with, of course. If you're working with something thinner than this even, this is a piece of 16 gauge aluminum, 5051 I think it is, but just some soft aluminum, but it's a little too thick for tinsnips. This is just a little too thick for it, so that'll break out the power tools. So a couple of different options. If you have an air compressor, you can always use an air powered cutoff tool. Little 3-inch diameter wheel on it, little abrasive wheel, just get it in an angle, walk it along. And of course, a favorite standby, use the heck out of them, is just a little angle grinder, little 4.5-inch angle grinder with a cutoff wheel on it also. A little more torque, a little bit quieter than the air-powered machine is. And it's just so easy to get in there and just line it up and just follow that line right along. And an easy way I found to cheat was just grab a piece of straight edge, a piece of stock, something that's got a nice straight edge to it, clamp it to the edge of the bench, get it lined up right there where you need it, and you can just take your wheel, butt it right up against your straight edge. Just walk it down that way, helps keep everything nice and straight and neat. So speaking of cutting it off, let's do that. And there you have it. Not too bad for a Sunday afternoon. So that just gives you a couple of different options, different ways to get the job done. And now I got to go do a different job for myself. So why don't you guys come on out to Instagram and check me out there. And I'm going to clean this mess up and I'm going to go back to work myself. We'll see you next time. It helps a whole lot if you plug in the other end.
Well, it's a lot safer this way.
It is safer this way.
No one gets hurt.
Yeah, and quieter.